Hi, my name is Michelle and I'm going to be doing a video walkthrough of my fourth project for Flatiron School. This is an extension of my previous Rails project for which I built a travel app that allows you to add trips as well as rate and review the cities you've been to. The goal of this project is to rebuild the front end by adding jQuery, Ajax, and active model serialization with JSON to make the app more dynamic. I've already started my Rails server, so I'm going to jump over here to my app. This is the start page, and from here you have the option to either log into your account or sign up for a new one. So I'm going to choose the login option, and that'll pull up the login screen, which offers you two different ways to log in. You can either choose the login with Facebook option, or you can log in with email. So I'm going to show the Facebook option first. So when I click on that, it logs me in using my Facebook credentials. Now I'm going to log out, and I'm going to log back in using email. So this takes me to the user show page, and I've added some new features to this page. So if you click on this View My Trips button, what this does is it triggers an Ajax GET request to the trips index resource. So when I click on it, it's able to render an index of all the trips that I've taken without needing to refresh the page. And then the other thing that I've added here is I've taken the Add New Trip form and I've integrated it into the user show page so you can add a trip directly from here. When you're adding a trip, you either can choose from a drop-down menu of existing cities or add a new city. I'm going to choose an existing city. I'm going to go with Las Vegas. I'm going to assign a rating. Comment. And then when I click this Add Trip button, this is going to trigger an Ajax post request. And then what you can see here is it's taken this new Las Vegas trip that I've created and it's appended it to the index that I previously rendered on the page. And once again, that all happened without a refresh. And then lastly, the other thing that I made sure of is that once you added a trip, I have code in place to make sure that the trip form gets reset and that the Add Trip button gets re-enabled in case you want to add another trip. So I'm going to jump over here. So this is my existing My Trips index page, separate from the one that we render on the home page. You can see here a list of all of the trips that I've taken, including the new one that I just added. And from this page, you have the option to edit or delete any trip. So I'm going to show that. If I wanted to edit Paris and instead of a 5, I changed my mind and I now want to give it a rating of 4. You can see that my trip has been updated and the rating is now 4 instead of 5. And maybe for whatever reason I want to delete a trip. Maybe I don't want the Rome trip anymore. I'm going to delete this trip. It asks me if I'm sure. And now you can see that the Rome trip has been deleted. And then the other thing that I did here was you can click on any one of my trips and this will pull up a detailed show page that shows the rating that I gave it, the must-see attraction, and what my review was for that city. And then you can click on this next button and it's going to scroll through all of your trips. And then I also added a previous button in case you want to move backwards for any reason. And then jumping over to the cities page, this is a list of all of the cities that various users have added. And then I have similar functionality here. So if I click on New York, this is going to pull up the city show page. And once again, you have next and previous buttons. But what I added to this one was a city has many trips, and on those trip submissions, users have added a comment or review of that city. And so if you click on this link, this is going to render all of the comments that users have made about this city through their trip submissions. And then you can also see the traveler who made that comment in their trip submission. And then if I click on next, it's going to clear those comments from the previous city. And so now I can see comments about the new city that I'm looking at. And then jumping over to countries, I'll just look at this quickly as I didn't add any functionality here compared to my previous app. You can just see all of the countries and then you can click on any country and you can see all of the cities that have been added for that country, the number of travelers who've been there and who the last person was to review it. And then finally, this is the travelers or the users index page. And so this shows all of the different travelers on the site that have added trips. And then a user or a traveler has many trips that they've added. And so if you click on this link here, this is going to render all of their trips. And so it will show the city and what their recommended attraction was for that city. And I can do this for any user on here. So Timmy has different trips from Mish Ali, and then Eric has his own trips. So you can do this for any one of the travelers. And then you can also, if you wanted to, you can click on any traveler's name and you can see the index of the trips that they've taken. So that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.